forest. And it's home to many shy animals that are great in camouflaging themselves. So have to keep a very close lookout for any movement we might see. Out on the right, there's a brown animal with some zebra pants on. That is the okapi. The okapi is the only living relative to the giraffe. Even though he may look like he's related to the zebra, it's only living relative to that giraffe. You can tell by his neck, his tongue, and his skull structure. That is a very shy and reclusive animal that wasn't discovered by the Western world until 1901 because of that. We have lots of animals up here. The orangey brown animals are bongos. They're known as the ghost of the forest because they're not very often seen. Both male and female bongos do have their horns. They're tipped back to give them an easy time to run through the underbrush. And the animals at the top of the hill, those deer-like animals, are greater kudu. They're one of the tallest antelopes, standing 55 inches tall at the shoulder. There's a baby bongo crossing right in front of us right now. Then up on the hill, actually, laying down about halfway up there is a black rhino. Those black rhinos weigh 3,000 pounds, charging speeds of 35 miles per hour. Moving nice and slow across here. Here we go. Now those black rhinos aren't endangered. There's only 5,000 left in the world due to poaching. It's for their horns that are made of keratin, which is the same material our fingernails and hair are made out of. But besides us humans, the black rhino doesn't really have any natural predators. Follow them along. See if there's anything else in this dense forest up here on the left. Not seeing anything. So yeah, going to head right on into the Safi River. The Safi River area is a great place to spot some hippo activity. There's a bloat, which is a group of hippos that loves to swim in the waters up here. Hippos are nocturnal animals. They eat 80 to 90 pounds of vegetation during the nighttime, so probably be seeing the hippos in the water. You can see them out on land from time to time, but it's pretty rare unless you come at night. Did you see the hippos? They're just way back to the right back there. If you didn't see them, hopefully we see some more downstream. Hippos hold their breath for 8 minutes. Instead of swimming, they like to walk along the bottom. That's why they get their name hippopotamus. It's from a Greek word that means water horse. I see the hippo. It is out there in the water on the left. Also on the island and in the water, have those white and gray birds. Those are pink-backed pelicans. They get their name because they bat and turn pink during mating season. There's those hippos. It's hard to tell how much a hippo weighs from in the water, but they can weigh up to 5,500 pounds, with a baby being 85 pounds or so. Around here there's a bridge. Just make sure you stay seated. I do see the Nile crocodiles down there. You see how they have their mouths open? It's not because they're hungry for a snack. They're trying to regulate their body temperature. But they do bite down at 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. They can also grow to be as long as a giraffe is tall, 20 whole feet in length. As we come up this hill, we're entering a whole different type of ecosystem, the savanna. The savanna is home to some of the most popular animals like the giraffe and the elephant. So we'll be looking for those animals as well as many others as we journey through the savanna today. The first thing we're going to spot up here on the right is an odd looking tree called the baobab tree. It's also known as the upside down tree because it will go leafless for 9 months out of the year. This tree may look dead, but it's very much alive inside. Another nickname for the baobab tree is the Tree of Life. Now we've come all the way up so we get to go down the other side. It's going to give us a great view out over the whole savannah. One of the best views on the reserve. This is the wild Africa we're trying so hard to protect through conservation efforts. Down here at the bottom of this hill, first thing you might see are these little brown animals in the corner to the right. Those are springboks, and they get their name because they can spring up in the air 10 to 12 feet. Those animals with the very large horns are Ankole cattle. We're gonna have a giraffe very close to us, yes. Those Ankole cattle have horns that are 3 to 6 feet long, made of a honeycomb-like structure full of veins. So they just use to regulate their body temperature like that crocodile with its mouth open. You know, here's this giraffe. They are the tallest animals, standing 20 feet tall. A baby will be 6 feet tall or so and up and running within the first hour of its life. He's so cute. Those are Maasai giraffes. We can tell because of their messy and uneven patterns. I'm not surprised at all to see those giraffes eating back there because they eat for 16 hours of the day and only need 30 minutes of sleep at night. Pretty great deal. Laying down out there underneath the shade of that bush, those are the African wild dogs or the painted dogs. They blend in pretty well. But those are the most successful hunters in Africa. They have a 90% success rate. See another giraffe. I did hear someone say it a little bit ago too. Up here on the right is going to be the Patterson's eland. Looks like he has a hat on. Oh my. I think he was just trying to eat some food and then it got caught. Yay! Now that's the male Patterson's eland. The female will be up here on the left. Now he can weigh 2,000 pounds, and even though they can weigh up to 2,000 pounds, they can jump up in the air 6 to 8 feet from a standing position. As tall as my mirrors. Now this is the female Patterson's eland over there. And another amazing view of this tower of giraffes. That's a group of them. Such a great view. Now all those animals out to the right, those gray ones, are white-bearded wildebeest. They're also known as the gnu, GNU, for the grunting sound they make. These wildebeest migrate 500 to 1,000 miles every year in groups of up to 1.5 million at a time. We'll see what else we can spot up here. This area. This is normally a pretty great hangout for those giraffes because they like to eat from these palm trees, but I think we saw pretty much the whole tower out there. We're not seeing much else in this area. So we'll head right on into Monkey Point. It's a great place to spot some monkey activity, of course. Hopefully we luck out today and see them too. In just a moment, we're going to come around this way. Be looking out to the left. There's mandrills, which are the largest and most colorful monkeys in the world. They love to hang out in the trees and on the rocks up here. Just look very closely. Oh, I do see them. They're just way back there at the base of that rock. Walking around, you can see the male. And you can see a couple just sitting down. Now that male is very colorful and will weigh 100 pounds, while the females will not be very colorful and weigh 30 pounds. Looks like we're hanging out here for a little bit. Not sure why, but going pulley, which is very slowly. Oh, I see. Okay. Our road is closed, so we'll take this trail. I guess we'll follow this truck. Don't know who's driving, but do have some pretty flowers and plants over here. I was going to say that that other trail led to elephants, but gonna go pulley still, just in case. New territory. Oh, there is a bridge up here. Just stay seated again. The other truck made it just fine. Hakuna Matata, no worries for this one. Oh man, don't like the sound of this. Speed this up. Okay, front half is safe, and we all made it. Whew. Didn't want to have a repeat of the last truck. Not seeing much yet. Oh, there are some tusk marks on this red clay. Might be seeing those elephants. After all, we'll mark their tusks and red clay on the right, and then feed it as nutrients. There's an elephant! Right there! Lots of people are excited for those elephants. I do see more out here. There's a whole herd as a group, which means their females and their young males will travel alone. I did see that one flap its ears. Be watching for the other ones. We'll see them here to flap their ears. They do that to reduce their body temperature by up to 15 degrees. They also put dirt on their backs a lot of the times. Just means they put on their sunscreen. It acts as a natural sunscreen for their sensitive skin. There's another one out there. Researchers found out that elephants are terrified of bees. Yes, giant elephants don't like teeny tiny bees, so they planted bee fences around the crops that the elephants were eating in Africa. It created a much better relationship between the elephant and the farmer. Just one way we've learned how to reduce poaching. Get one last view of that elephant. And up here, looks like we'll get to see a whole flamboyance of flamingos. It's a fancy name for a group of them.
Mom, greater flamingo.
These are greater flamingos. They're the tallest and least pink out of the flamingo species. Like all flamingos, they are born gray in color and turn pink from the beta-carotene shrimp in their diet. Here's some more elephants too. Now we still have a lot more savanna to cover and many more animals to spot. So Twente, let's go. First thing that we'll see in this part of the savannah are those brown animals. Those are the bok.
What's that?
The bok.
What's a box?
These guys were sadly once hunted to near extinction, with only 20 left in the world. Thanks to conservation efforts, though, they're now thriving on reserves like this one.
What's a box? Right there. Next to the white pallet.
Thank you.
I do see a cheetah walking up ahead. Oh, and white rhinos are laying down on the right. You can barely see them. But there are cheetahs walking up here. They are daytime hunters, which is unlike the other big cats, which is why they're active right now. There's one walking back there too. They do have claws that are not retractable, so they have a great grip in the ground at all times.
We see him up in the hill, walking in.
Like you might know, they are the fastest land mammal, running at speeds of 60 miles per hour for short bursts. See if we can spot any more cheetahs. My favorite thing about them is that they are the largest cats that can purr. Okay, we'll head out this way. Through these trees I can spot the copies. Copies are the rocks lions will lie on to look out over the savannah. Hopefully we can spot some lions. They are nighttime hunters. They hunt at night when their eyesight is 6 times better than humans. They also are inactive for 16 to 20 hours of every day. So we'll probably be watching for them to be sleeping somewhere. There's a zebra up on the hill to the right. It's a Grant's or plain zebra. It's black with white stripes, you can tell because of its nose, and you can see those rhinos again. White rhinos. That white rhino, if I see it wiggle its ears, it does that because it has very poor eyesight. It can only see clearly about a foot in front of its face. Ooh, the lion's going to be laying up here, very majestic. There are some animals out there on the right too. We should get a better view of them as we come around here, so don't worry. There is that lion. And around here, there's a warthog. They're the largest burrowing animals. You can see their burrows in the ground. They'll use their tusks to dig those. They can run 35 miles per hour, which is the same speed as those rhinos. And then down here, you have some ostrich. They're the largest flightless bird, running at speeds of 40 miles per hour. Then tucked back to the right back there, see those white animals, those are addicts. They can go almost their entire lives without drinking any water at all. And they'll drink it if it's nearby for convenience, but they don't really need to. Those eggs are ostrich eggs. They weigh 3 pounds, which is like 2 dozen chicken eggs. They take 42 to 45 days to hatch, and they're very strong. An adult male could stand on an ostrich egg and it would not break. Up here, we're going to enter the final part of our reserve. It's called Magadi Glen. What? Is that a question for me? It's called Magadi Glen. Around here, there are yellow-billed storks on the right. Those are carnivorous birds that like to swim behind animals like the crocodile to pick up any animals they may stir up along their way. Now we'll get pretty bumpy right here. Just hang on. Woo! I hit through the worst of it. We are nearing the end of our safari today, but if you'd like to check out some more animals, a great place to do that is the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. There you can see underwater viewing of the hippo, baby meerkats, baby naked mole rats, and even a baby gorilla. We'd also love to have you join us here at Kilimanjaro Safaris again. No two safaris will ever be the same. The animals love to make sure of that. Also around 5:30 p.m. tonight or so, we'll be doing nighttime safaris. It's a whole different atmosphere, and animals like those lions we saw will probably be a lot more active. We did get to see quite a few incredible animals out there today, but a lot of them are endangered in the wild. Just remember there are a few things you can do at home that don't have to cost you any extra money to help out these animals, like recycling your water bottles, recycling your old electronics, or even just spreading the knowledge you learned about the animals today. It's all a big help. If you are a wilderness explorer, we're traveling aboard Simba 1. That's Simba 1. Be a great time now to gather up any personal belongings. Don't want you to leave anything behind.